السلام عليكم. Sincere apologize for my delay and good. So everybody can hear me very well? Great. Sounds good. Well, so the lecture today it's about well, so how are you all of you, by the way? How you have been? So concerning our lecture today, so this is as I see here some people just asking about the join us in this lecture. So this lecture will be about this, as you know, this is English conversation course. So you will participate through the mic. So just you need to have a mic, and then you can participate with us. And we will choose you individually while while you are just raise a hand. You have an option here in this chamber. You can just raise a hand and everybody to just participate with us. Alright? I'm fine, Hadir. Everything's fine. Everything's great. As I mentioned before, so for some of you and lots of people here that lots of lectures, lots of people here signed up with us that they need to know about the ways to improve their teaching skills, and they are already teachers, so how they improve themselves. All right, just by the end, well, by the answers, I will ask the team to send for you all the links. Or you can just you can just join our group on the Facebook, the group of the academy. You can just join our group, and then you will find all the links of the last or the previous lectures already. So you can just join our group on the Facebook, and you will find all the links on the group. You're so welcome. So for the teacher today, as I mentioned before several times, that I will give them something to improve their teaching skills. The group name is Eldarine Academy. Eldarine Academy. It's in English. Eldarine Academy. Well, here's the link. Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Amir. Mr. Amir, our technical support today. Thank you very much. Actually, that didn't, I didn't mention before about the about the topic of our lecture today. So that's why I will not for the teaching today. So I'll just just highlight some points, and then the next lecture, inshallah, we will speak about the teaching ways and way. Something I will write it down. Okay, just a second. I'll be with you. Just a second. Alright guys, here we are. I'm here again, so everybody can listen. Everybody can hear. All right, sounds good. Well, so here will be something like, something we should follow to be a good teachers, or just for some people, just to, if you need to teach, you have to follow some steps. I know that it's online, it's hard, to say something like that. It should be face to face, but actually, I'm quite sure that you will gain everything out of this lecture. I'm quite sure that you gain lots of things out of this. Okay, at least it will be improve your teaching way, or just improve yourself, even in any other career. If you'd like to be a teacher, if not, this would be really good. Even for the communication skills. This will be very, very good. All right, here I can see here some teachers. So how many teachers here? Hadir, it's a teacher. How many teachers? How many teachers we have? All right, great. It's 1, 2. Well. Mm-hmm. Lots of engineers. Well, sounds good, but still here some teachers. So as I mentioned before, but I think, I saw last lectures about some names, and lots of people here, they are teachers. But also, that's fine. This will help. If not, good. All right. All right. Sounds good. So would help you, in just any other career. Will help you in any other career. Okay, it's like a general information just to understand the mentality of the people. When you are just dealing with someone, this is to understand, the mentality of the students, of small students, big students, older students, you know. Now, if you need to participate, as this is as a communication skill, sorry, as this is as a English conversation course, so you can just participate with us. If you're prepped, read and then our mistakes, okay, you can just read a part and then I will correct the pronunciation and the accent. Okay, now, just right now, Bedewi, just right now. Okay, Ahmad Hassan, this would help you very much. Well, so if you need to participate, if you need to join us, or just if you need to speak in the mic, just raise a hand. Okay, just to raise a hand. We will read all of this step by step, and then I will correct the mistakes and the ways of the pronunciation and everything. Alright, so here's first one, raise a hand, is I think here in front of me it's Hadir. Well, so we will give the mic for someone just to speak. Here's the question is, apart from tests and, or just this is like, something we should follow to improve ourselves as a teachers. Okay, so apart from the tests and exams, there are a number of ways in which we can assess our students' work. Comment. The question here they need here to know that I have to just, if I'm just a teacher in a class, or a teacher in, just in a class, or just like a small section or something like that, I have to assess, most of my students. Okay, Heather, I'm sorry, Mr. Heather. Okay, all right, Heather, all right. This is the second. Okay, all right. I told you the same last lecture. Yes, I remember you quite well. All right. So, well, so I have to just. All right. So I have to assess all the students, or just all my students, just to know how they doing, if they are doing well or not. Okay, so apart from tests and exams, there's a number of ways in which we can assess our students' work. This is would be some things we should follow, like commenting on students' performance. Well, just we will read and then we will explain and correct our then we will read from a script, okay? Then we can explain and then correct the spelling mistakes. So first one, I will give the mic now for someone to speak. So I will give the mic to Mr. Okay, and then Mr. Amir. We have Mr. Amir as technical support, will help us here to just to pass the mic for lots of people. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So Mr. Header, now I give you the mic to just to read this, and then we will start to explain, and just if you need to know about the words, you know the meaning of the words. If you need to ask about any words, if you need to the meaning in Arabic, that's fine. You know, you can just ask me, or just also we will explain. So would you please, Mr. Amir, you can just give the mic for someone. Hello. Everybody
Mohammed,
can hear?
how are you?
I'm fine. So,
Yes.
hello, Mr.
Do
Header.
you hear me, Mr. Mohammed? How are you?
Yes, I can
Well,
hear
I
you
just
very well.
wa-
How
I
you
just-
have been?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mr. Mohammed, I just seen the whiteboard.
Well,
Mr. Mohammed, do you hear me, please?
you just see the whiteboard.
Yes, I didn't see any
Whiteboard,
writing.
just a second.
Okay, okay.
I think that,
Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it.
So, here's the other one. I'm sorry. So, here's the other one.
Okay, okay, okay.
Well, now you can see, everybody can
Okay,
see,
so-
right?
Never mind. Right. I see it now.
Great. So, would you please, Mr. Header, raise your voice just a little bit?
Okay. Could I start talking, please? Mr. Mohammed, do you hear me, please?
Sorry?
Okay, do you
Yes,
hear
I
me,
can
please?
hear you. Please just raise your
Can
voice
I start
and
my...
just go on.
Okay,
Yes, I can hear you.
okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
okay, I will.
But just
Okay.
raise your voice.
Apart from...
Just speak up.
Okay, okay. Okay, I will. Apart from tests and exams, there are a number of ways in which we can access our students' work.
Please.
Comments, okay. Commenting on students' performance happens at various stages, inside and outside the class. We might say good, which consider a clear
Might
sign
say
for the
good.
positive. Okay. Yes, good. Good, which consider a clear sign for positive assessments, but when we wish to
Assessment.
give a negative, okay, assessment, but when we wish to give a negative assessment, we might say that something went wrong, or this
Went
is not
wrong.
went wrong, or this is not quite wrong, in order to keep them high up in front. Is it front? Yes, front the other, while
In front.
telling them.
Sorry, this
Yes.
is here a mistake. So, in front of the others.
Okay.
In front of the others.
Yeah. Front of their others, or the others while telling them
while
the right
telling them the right
right things. Yes,
the
right
right
things.
thing.
Marks and grades.
All right, Mr. Haider.
Marks or grades. Okay. Keep going.
All right, Mr. Haider. We'll explain this part.
Okay. May I keep going or what?
Mr. Haider, you hear me?
Yes,
No,
I hear you clear.
just a second. We'll explain this part.
Okay, I will.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Not at all.
So here, Mr. Amir announcing about something that anyone have a problem with voice, you can just download, just close any download or shed program and just use Firefox. Voice is good. All right. So, you understand the question? All right, Zakaria. All right, Nesma. So you understand the question, guys? No. Well, so here if you are a teacher, okay, and this is apart from the tests and exams, okay, so apart from, which mean like, you know, in Arabic بغض النظر عن, apart from, it's بغض النظر عن, so apart from tests and exams, بغض النظر عن الاختبارات والامتحانات اللي احنا بنعملها, in which فيهم بنقدر ان احنا نقيم شغل اولادنا او طلابنا. تمام. لو انت عندك مثلا في البيت بالنسبه لك, بالنسبه لاولادك او بالنسبه لاولادك, تمام, وانت عايزه تقيمي شغلهم, تمام, في بعض المبادئ او principles او الحاجات او some steps we should follow عشان احنا نقدر نعمل ده بشكل صحيح وبشكل سليم. ده حاجة اسمها يا جماعة الاكتيف ليرنينج. تمام. ده الاكتيف ليرنينج بمعنى ان انا بقدر بطبق كل حاجة بشكل علمي سليم عشان اقدر ما اذيش نفسية الطفل خصوصا او نفسية الطالب. تمام. عشان نقدر نوصل بيهم لمستوى كويس او نخلي التعليم او يبقى الموضوع ماشي بشكل مميز, مش زي التعليم بتاع زمان. Starting here by comments. Commenting on a student's performance happens at various stages inside and outside the class. Here we means that, you know, I have to comment my students if I'm just, you know, if I'm going to give or a lecture for someone, you know, I can assess them, you know, if I know them, you know, it's quite far away from the online work. Okay, if you know them individually and you know their friends and you know everything about them, okay, so I can you know, commenting on their performance. How to comment on their performance? I can see here some people here write something, you know. So would you please, we can stop the chat for a while because I'm a little bit confusing, you know, to look at this and just explain, you know. So would you please we can just stop typing anything here in the chat and then we can just type whatever we want. This is here, it's something for the technical support, I'm sorry. You can just go on. Well, so here we mean that commenting on students' performance, like you know, if you have two friends together, okay, and then we need to assess them, you know, if I know that they are friends, I can just put them in a pairs or a groups because they are friends, so they can just do a good work together. Okay, and I see them outside the class and inside the class, how their performance inside the class was the teacher and with their colleagues, and how they can act outside the class, you know, while they are playing, while they are walking, who are their friends, who are their you know, their plays, what they like to do during the spare time, all of this. So also, when I'm going to ask a question here, we might say good, which consider a clear sign for a positive assessment. Here, this is when I'm going to say, you know, for example, if you give them like a test or exam or something, or just give them like a sentences or something, you know, and they solve it, or just give you the answer. So if the answer is right, you can say, so sounds good, that's good, you did great, or you did good. So this will be like a clear sign for a positive assessment, like, you know, it's a positive way. It's a positive way to say that you did great for something, you know. But when I wish to give you a negative assessment, okay, like, you know, you did something wrong, or just you give me a wrong answer or unexpected answer, so I can't give you, like, you know, on the spot, no, you are not, this is not right, this is false, this is wrong. I can't say like that, you know. I have to be, like, you know, more respectable. Just say, you know, well, it's not quite wrong, or, well, something went wrong. You know, this is here to keep yourself high up, never embarrassing you in front of your other colleagues, because this is the best way of teaching. Okay, this is in order to keep them, I mean here the students, in order to keep the students, all the students, to keep them high up, like, you know, they are feel okay, you know, just to say something wrong, that's fine. Because here in Egypt, or just in any other way in the world, any other place in the world, or just, I think this is the human being, you know, everybody here just feel embarrassing that participate, you know. I don't like to participate, I don't like the teacher or the lecturer say that I'm bad, or just comment on me for something, or, you know. So it's much better to just to use this way, just to keep them high up. Okay, while okay while telling them the right thing. How? So when I'm telling them the right thing, okay, I'm saying, you know, like, this is something went wrong, and then telling them the right thing, or just this is will be the right. So it's more right to say, it's, or much better to say something like blah 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 blah, you know, and then give them the right thing in a good way. So now anybody have a question here? Well, Mr. Amir, we can just open the chat. Okay, anybody have questions? Alright, thank you guys. So then anybody raise a hand? Anybody need to? Well, Mr. Yasser Salim, I will give you the second paragraph. Second paragraph is about the marks and grades. Marks and grades. Well, who need to participate?
Hello?
Just raise a hand. Hello?
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 Yes, I'm here.
Hello, Amira.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Amira, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Well, okay. Alright, Amira, now you can just read for us the second paragraph, or the second yes, you can read for us the second paragraph, and then also as we mentioned before, we will correct our mistakes, so you can just go ahead.
Okay. Marks and grades. When students are graded on their work, they are always keen to know what grade they have achieved. When students get good grades, Their motivation is often positively affected, while the bad grades can be extremely disheartening. If you want to get grades, you need to describe to the student marking system. May the student compare their mark or grades with the other student and don't agree with what they found. It will be helpful if we can demonstrate clear criteria for the grading we have given.
Great. Great. So, it's really amazing. So, Amira, you are
Thank you.
teacher?
No, I'm still student.
You are a teacher?
No, I'm still student. Mr. Muhammad, can you hear me?
How are you? How are you doing? Well, so what's your
Okay,
occupation,
I'm
Amira?
fine. I'm a student at Faculty of Engineering. It's my third year.
You are a teacher?
No, I'm not teacher.
Alright, that's why. Alright. So actually, great. Thank you. Well, now we are going to explain. Alright, if you'd like to participate, if you'd like to speak in the mic, just raise a hand. Just raise a hand. If you'd like to speak in the mic and just join us, just raise a hand. Actually, Amira, she can read English very well, so Faculty of Engineering, so sounds good actually. So she can read very well, so I think she can speak very well, so she will be very good. So here for the marks and grades. So here when students are graded on work, they are always are keen to know what grades they. All right, Mr. Heather, we will give you the mic. All right. So when students are graded on their work, they are always keen to know what grades they have achieved. Well, if you are just in a test or just in a lecture or in a class, so you have to give your students marks and grades because they need to know how they gained, how they did. Okay, I did like, I gave you like, for example, the teacher gave them like assignment or homework, okay, to do, and then they give it back to me, okay, and I have to correct all of this, and just I need, not I need, I have to give them back with the answers, how they did, if they did great or not, like we're very happy to forget, and remember that. You remember that, all right. So this would helpful to just to to make them like very keen all the time to improve themselves. Okay. So when they get grades, when students get good grades, their motivation is often positively affected, while the bad grades can be extremely disheartening. Disheartening. Well, so when I give you a good mark, or just like when I give you a good mark, so this will be like a clear sign that you did great, and this will be are really good for you to just improve yourself and just to keep going. You know, to improve yourself more and more, more and more, to prove for yourself that you are great. You know, on the other side, okay, this is positively affected, which mean like, you know, you go give you the time to help. Why bad grades can be extreme. This hurting like what, like, you know, for example, you are just like, you know, I test online, you like the option to just to write. You know, I give you like a test and you have to write, and I give you just only 5 minutes, just only 5 minutes to achieve all of this exam. You know, so if you didn't do that in just like 5 minutes or something, so I will give you just like small marks. Like, you know, if this exam will be from like 20, I will give you like, you know, 9 or 8. So this will be disheartening for you. Okay. Uh, so give a grades. We need to describe to the students the marketing tests. The students compare and don't agree with that. For example, we read this part. For example, I give Amira to read the marks and grades, okay, and she read it very well. And I asked another one to read this part, and he read it not quite well or not very well. So I will give Amir for example, you know, 10, and I give him like, you know, 7. So I have to explain why I give him 7 and why I give Amira 10. I gave Amira 10 because she you know, for example, she told us everything was the right pronunciation, and she read it very well. For the other one, I gave him like, you know, 7 degrees, just only 7 degrees, because he told us or read for us something wrong, like, you know, it's wrong in the pronunciation or just like in the accent or something like that. So I have to describe or just to explain for the students why I give them this grades. Okay. Because they, after they get the paper back or just get the sheet back, the exam sheet back, so they will compare with the other colleagues. Why I get this, why I get this, why you are just take 10, one take 7 or something. So I have to just to telling them why I gave them this and why I gave them this. Okay. Um, so it will be helpful if we can demonstrate a clear criteria for the grading we have given. So simply I have to explain why I give you these grades. So for the next one, for the reports who need to read, so for the next one, for the reports, just raise a hand. Okay, Mr. Islam, now you have the mic. We have the mic now. Mr. Islam. Alright, Mr. Haider. Maya Isa, Mr. Amir gave you the mic. Everyone will get the mic. Just if you need to speak in the mic, just raise a hand. For all of you, if you need to speak in the mic, just raise a hand. Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello. Hello.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Yasser.
Hello. Yes.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Yasser.
Yes, I'm hear you.
Hello, how are you? Hello, Mr. Yasser, how are you? We can hear you.
Yes, I hear you. Fine, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. But I don't know what.
So please just you can read.
Read. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just read the third part. Just read the third part and then we will correct the spelling mistakes together.
Okay, reports. Reports at the end of the term of the year. Some teachers write reports on their students' performance, which give
At the end,
a clear indication.
Well, Mr. Yes.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Mr. Muhammad?
Yes, I can hear you, but just a second. Yes, I can hear you, but just a second, okay? We are just going to correct our, reading mistakes and our speaking and our spelling mistakes, and our pronunciation. So, well, from the very beginning, reports. At the end,
Maybe I have, maybe.
As we mentioned before, while we were find, two vowels like the, considered like one word, like that. If you see like that, guys, it should be like that. The end. It should be just only one word. Okay, the end. Okay. So while we are see, like the last vowel is e, it's both متحركين. الحروف المتحركة اما الاقي حرفين متحركين ورا بعض يبقى اضمهم على بعض واعمل حاجة اسمها diphthong, اعمل حاجة اسمها الادغام. Okay, so at the end of a term of the year, some teachers write reports on their students' performance. Okay, Mr. Yasser, I'm sorry, just go on. Are you still here or not?
Yes.
At the end, you think we can start again?
Maybe my English is little.
Don't worry at all.
I have.
Alright, don't worry
Okay.
at all. We are here, all of us here to learn.
Okay, thank you. Reports. At the end of a term of the year, some teachers write reports on their students' performance, which give a clear indication of how well the students has been done in the recent past. It's very important to keep
Don't worry.
It's very important to keep a balance between the positive and the negative feedback.
That's great. Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Yasser.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad.
Well, guys, here, if you need to participate, just raise a hand. If you need to join, if you need to get the mic, just raise a hand. Well, so here for the reports at the end of the term of the year for the teachers again. So at the end of the term or of a term of the year, some teachers write reports on their students' performance, which give a clear indications of how well the students has been done in the recent past. It's very important to keep a balance between the positive and the negative feedback. Here, they are saying that when I'm just trying to write feedback about them, or just write a comments or reports about their performance during the whole year. Okay, so I should bear in my mind. Okay, I should bear in my mind as a teacher the positive and the negative feedback for the whole year. So I might get like a note about them, like a notebook, for example, here. Or well, I have lots of students in my class, so I can give them like I keep a balance between the positive and the negative feedback. How? For example, Ahmed did something wrong. How many times he did that? 4 times. And then I started to make a clear sign, don't do that again. I told him several times about that. So by the 5th time or the 4th time, when I punished him, he became really good. So I should keep a balance between the positive and the negative feedback, a balance between the good side and the bad side. So I have to bear that in my mind, like simply in Arabic. يعني يا جماعة احنا الأخطاء بتشيل الحاجات الكويسة. بمعنى دلوقتي أنا في عندي طالب عمل حاجة غلط أو طلاب عملت حاجة غلط وأنا بشرح لهم، تمام، أو على مدار السنة أنا بقيم إن أحمد ده ولد شقي عندي، ولد شقي جدا جدا جدا، وطول السنة عمال بيتشقى. بس لما جيت كلمته مرة واتنين وابتديت إن أنا مرة أشد عليه ومرة أكلمه عادي ومرة عاقبته، ابتدى ان هو يبقى كويس معايا او يبقى كويس في الفصل والبرفورمانس بتاعه بقى كويس. فابدا وانا بحط الريبورت ده في اخر السنه، لان المفروض في المدارس الناس اللي شغاله في المدارس for the teachers they are just taking the students from the very beginning to till the end. يعني بيطلع معاهم من سنه اولى لسنه تانية سنه تالتة رابعه خمسة وهكذا. معظم المدارس دلوقتي شغالة بالسيستم ده، ان كل مدرس بيطلع بطلابه، فيما عدا ان الطالب بيروح ان هو مش حابب المدرس او مش حابب القصة دي، فبيتنقل لفصل تاني او لحاجة تانية. وده الفيدباك او ده النيجاتيف او البوزيتيف كومنت اللي بنعمله عشان التعليم يبقى متظبط شوية في مصر. تمام. So guys, any question here about this part, about the reports? Do you have here any question about the reports? Here this part I did it, guys. Actually was Mr. Meher. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. ازيك يا مستر ماهر؟
فاين الحمد لله.
ماهر ازيك؟
تمام بخير الحمد لله.
Yes, I can hear you very well.
الحمد لله كله بخير الحمد لله.
الحمد لله. So here
I will
another
start now.
question. So discuss the role of the teacher in both extensive and intensive reading. Yes, you can just start.
Yes, okay.
You can say well, you can just read for us the extensive way, or just the extensive reading.
From extensive reading. Start from extensive reading.
Yes, please.
Okay, most student will. Okay, most student will not do extensive reading by themselves unless they are encouraged by their teacher. Encourage is correct, Mister?
Encourage.
Encourage is correct.
Encouraged, yes.
Okay, anyway, by their teacher, as we need to promote reading. Persuading our student about the extensive reading benefit can organize reading program as they can read whatever they choose, but we can succeed.
Persuading our students.
Sorry? Spelling what?
Okay,
I can't hear you good.
Persuading. Well, we can say it from the very beginning, persuading our students. Persuading our students about the extensive
Our
reading.
student?
You can say it from the very beginning.
Where is it? I
Okay,
started
you can start
from
this
most students, right? Okay, I will
fine.
again. I will read again.
Again.
Most students.
I highlighted.
Okay, most students will not.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. Most students will not do extensive reading by themselves unless they are encouraged by their teacher, as we need to promote reading. Persuading our students about the extensive reading benefits can organize reading programs as they can read with whatever they choose, but we can succeed. Where is you go up?
Oh, sorry. Something happened.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. Roger says. Well. Sorry. Here again. No. Just a second.
Okay, we stopped here.
Here.
Benefit can organize reading.
Our students
Okay.
about the extensive reading.
As they can read whatever they choose, but we can that endure. Romantic novel, science fiction, etc. Intensive reading. There are further rules we need to adopt when asking students to read
Alright.
intensively.
First. Alright, we can explain
Okay,
the
thank you.
extensive first. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Explain what?
What's happening? We can explain this part first. We will explain this part first, and then we will choose another one to just read the incentive reading. Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you very much. What's going on my port? Well, here again. Okay, Mr. Amir. All the time I'm just trying to... Well, here discuss the role of the teacher in both extensive and intensive reading. Well, here the reading is very important, guys, even here for us. Okay,
Anybody can hear me?
it's really here very important here for us. If you'd like to read some novels or whatever you want, okay, if you'd like to read something like, but it should be in English. For example, some people here like to read or just to study for Shakespeare. Shakespeare is great, actually. You can just read his stories or just the modern one. you know, the modern stores, it's very, very good. You know, this is to improve your pronunciation skills, your reading skills, while you are just, you know that the four language skills is reading, writing, okay, reading, writing, and listening and speaking. So for the reading and writing, so for the reading, this is the first one. Okay, first one, it's really, really good, really, really good. You know, just to improve everything. While you have a good reading, you will have a good speaking, good listening. Okay, speaking and listening, reading, and then you will get definitely a good writing. You know, to be like, you know, to write very well. Okay, one of the modern stores, like, you know, you can just take, like, you know, we have nowadays, you know, Shakespearean plays in a very, very modern way. Like, you know, you can just get Hamlet in a modern, very, very modern way. And Hamlet, it's very, very nice story if you read it. It's amazing. You know, also you can read for, you know, Macbeth. You know, actually, why I'm just concentrate for Shakespeare. Also, you can read George Orwell stories, because these people, or this great people, actually, they know how to use every single word in the language. Animal Farm, it's amazing. I studied this actually while I were in the university. It's amazing. Animal Farm, it's really good. Jane Austen, yeah, it's amazing. You know, really incredible story. So you can just read this. It's very interesting. Also, you can just and Doll's House and Midsummer Night's Dream and Jane Eyre. So lots of things. Richard III, Oliver Twist. Okay, Miss Dahlia, you have a problem with the poetry. Poetry, no. Actually, for the poetry, Mr. Hader, the poetry is good, okay, but it's not not as good in the language. If you like to learn a nice language, so don't use the poetry, because the poetry, it's all it's about the love, or just all about some stories, you know, some specific stories. So, and also it will be like, you know, it's not used nowadays. Really, it's not used nowadays, you know, so it will not be helpful for you as a student. So I hear someone that have a problem in the understanding and writing as well. So for the understanding, you know, you have to keep going, you know, never keep yourself like this, you know. Just keep going and translate, keep going and translate, you know. Just step by step, you'll be able to understand every single thing, every single word. And also, step by step, while you are just watching a movies, as we mentioned before, you can just watch, like, you know, Channel 2, or just any other channel, or just any English movies, you know. But especially if you need to just learn a very, very proper English, just see the you know, the British movies rather than the American movies, because the English movies, they have the good language, you know, it's a proper language. Songs not good. What about the songs? Songs is not good actually. It's good. Gulliver's Travel, it's amazing story as well. Yeah. So for the songs, police stories, all of this would be fine, you know. Watching any movie, that's fine. Songs is not you know, not, you will also the same, like, you know, like the poetry, you will get some words about the love, just only about the love, and about the you know, that you broke up with your friend, and why you broke me up, and you know, all of this will be just like, you know, specific words. So, but still, as a beginning, still good. You know, my still as a beginning is still good. You know, you can just listen for the songs, and you can just get yes, it's a very nice, the British movies, you know, it's very for the learners, yeah. If you need to learn very, very proper English, and BBC movies, yeah, and BBC News, This is if you'd like to read. Yeah, you have lots of things here, so that's good. So you already have the ideas, but you need someone to just encourage you. All of this is fine. Criminal stories and all of this will be fine. As a beginning, for some people, they need to just listen for some music, you know. If you need to listen for some music, that's fine, but you should get the lyrics from the internet. This is for a while. Just to get the lyrics from the internet and just listen for the song and just, you know, read the lyrics. Science book, everything, you know, science book, criminals book, you know, everything you want, you know, whatever you want, it will be fine. Right? So back to explain our lecture today. Well, for the extensive reading, most students will not do extensive reading by themselves unless they are encouraged. As I told you from a while about the songs, about lots of things, about the movies and all of this, you have lots of ideas, you know, the BBC News and BBC movies and all of this. You have lots of ideas in your mind, but you need just someone to just encourage you. So they need they are encouraged by their teachers. So if you are teachers, well, just a second, I'll read this part, okay, and then we can stop the chat, please. Okay, we can stop the chat, guys, for a while. Don't write anything. Okay. Alright, Mona, alright, we will write lots of things, but here's something for the teachers, as I promised before. انا وعدت يا جماعه الناس ان انا هدي لهم حاجات، بس في بعض المدرسين اللي كانوا هنا عاملين ساين اب معانا في الكورس ده، فانا قلت ان انا كنت وعدتهم ان انا هدي لهم حاجه هتساعدهم في مجال التدريس. تمام، فدي some steps كده او بعض الحاجات اللي هم المفروض ان احنا نعملها يمشوا عليها عشان ننمي من مهاراتنا كمدرسين، او ان احنا نقدر نتعامل ازاي. حتى لو انت مثلا يا منى عندك مثلا اولادك في البيت او حاجه زي كده، انت ممكن تقدري تستخدمي الكلام ده في ان انت تشرحي لهم، او مثلا اخوكي صغير او وات ايفر، فانتوا تقدروا تستخدموا الكلام ده في الشرح. انا عارف ان طبعا ان انتوا الموضوع بالنسبه لكم مش انترستنج، فدي ان شاء الله انا هعملها لوحدها ان شاء الله. فمن المره الجايه ان شاء الله هنبدا نكمل محاضراتنا العاديه خالص، وهتبقى very interesting like the other one. I think the key learn English, give yourself enhance your level. 15 minutes for reading, 15 minutes for listening, 15 minutes speaking, 15 minutes writing. Shaima, this is really good suggestion. So you can just give yourself like a part, you know, some English, at least 1 hour a day. Right, this is really good. 1 hour a day would be helpful to just improve your level in the language, because the language is like, you know, like the practice. If you are speaking every day, you know, you will be amazing. You know, you will just keep going and your level will be high up every time, step by step. You'll be very good, you know, because you will do the thing several times, you know, for several times you'll do the thing. Well, in Arabic, اما بعمل حاجه اكتر من مره يا جماعه بتعود عليها. تمام، انا كل يوم ببقى ان تاتش، مثلا لو انا كل يوم ان تاتش مع الناس وبتكلم انجلش او بقرا انجلش، هيبقى على طول في مخي. فهبدا ان انا بعد فتره احس، مثلا الفتره دي طبعا مش اللي هو اسبوع ولا اسبوعين ولا شهر ولا شهرين، لا، اللي هو بعد وايل، يعني اللي هو بنتكلم في خلال مثلا سنه سنتين، انت كل يوم بتعمل ده، انت ممكن تبقى نيتيف. مش لازم ان انت تطلع بره او تسافر بره عشان تكون نيتيف. طبعا انت مش هتبقى زي النيتيف بالظبط، مش نفس الاكسنت، عشان جذور اللغه الام بتطبع عليك او بتفرض عليك طريقتك في اللغه، بس هتبقى على الاقل على مستوى كويس قوي من اللغه، ان انت تقدر ان انت تبقى يعتبر زيك زي النيتيف بالظبط. دي هتأهلنا طبعا لحاجات كتير قوي بالنسبه للناس الصغيره في السن، هتأهلنا لحاجات كتير قوي ان احنا نشتغل في مجالات كويسه جدا. اما احنا نروح نعمل انترفيو في اي مكان، او any international company او any international multinational company. So this would help us to just to achieve a good experience in a very little time. So while you are just do that every time, so in some time, or just in like a few just like maybe almost 1 year or 2 years, you will achieve lots of things that you didn't put it in your mind before. Well, back to the extensive reading. So for the extensive reading, most students will not do it. We told you this part. Okay, audiobooks, yeah. So you need someone to just encourage you to just to read every day, and the reading is very important to improve your language. Okay. So persuading our students about the extensive reading benefits, can organize reading programs as they can read whatever they choose, but we can suggest that they can look for books in general, romantic novels, science fiction, whatever, police stories or whatever. So while when you have students, you can just for example, I have like 40 students or 30. Okay, I'm asking them to divide themselves into 3 groups, and then asking every group, it depends on their what they want, or their what they need to read. Okay, like some people need to read about the romantic novels, some people need to read about science fiction, some people need to read about the police stories. So I can just asking them to read this story, and also I'm giving them something, I will asking them after reading that they I will asking you in this novel. For example, if you studied Hamlet, okay, and then I will tell you, okay, I will asking you on this story. So you will keep reading the whole story until I asking you. You know that? So why are you laughing, Marwa? No idea. I have no idea. Anyway. Well, what I'm said, it's I'm giving you a story like Hamlet or Macbeth or whatever, any story, you know. It's okay, Mega, that's fine. Well, I'm asking you to just to read the story, okay? All right, Haider. All right, Mr. Haider. I'm asking you to read a story, or just asking my students or my children or whatever. I'm asking them to read a story, romantic story, police story, or whatever they want. For example, I have Ahmed, like the police stories, and I have like I have Lojina, like the romantic stories. Okay, so I'm asking Lojina to read a romantic story, and I'm asking Ahmed to read a police story. And then by the end of the story, or just in the middle or something, I'm just encourage them every day. I'm just encourage them every day to read, just to understand what the story is saying. Alright, I'll speak in Arabic, okay? يا جماعة أنا هنا بصوا يا جماعة، أنا هنا بتكلم في حاجة، بتكلم في إن إحنا نحفز طريقة القراءة بتاعتنا، تمام؟ إن إحنا نقرأ قصص إنجليش أو نقرأ أي حاجة إنجليش، تمام؟ ده لينا الحاجات دي لينا، ومثلا هيفيدنا في السمع، هيفيدنا في كل حاجة، اللي هو القراية هتخلينا ان احنا ننمي من مهاراتنا اللغوية. في ناس كتير قوي انا كاتبه ان هي مش فاهمة. well حلو. بصوا يا جماعة، القصة كلها ان القراية هتفيدنا ان احنا نطور من مهاراتنا اللغوية، وان احنا نقدر نتكلم بشكل سليم. لان احنا طول ما احنا بنقرا، طول ما احنا شايفين الانجليش قصاد عينينا، ده هيخلينا ان احنا نتكلم بشكل كويس، وهيخلي مستوانا في اللغة يزيد، ونقدر ان احنا نتكلم. لو رحنا انترفيو هيخلينا الموضوع ده هيبقى كويس لينا جدا. لان احنا اوريدي بنقرا لغة. تمام، احنا يا جماعة بنقرا اللغة عشان نقدر ان احنا نستوعبها كويس ونفهمها. تمام، طول ما انا بقراها، طول ما انا بنمي من مهاراتي اللغوية، طول ما انا بستوعب اكتر، وبزود من مهاراتي اللغوية كلها. انا هنا دي المحاضرة النهاردة موضوعها مش شيق لبعض الناس، او مش شيق لناس كتير. مش شيق لناس كتير، لان انا بتكلم هنا عن اللي هو طرق ان احنا ننمي نفسنا في الانجليش، وفي نفس الوقت ان دي الطرق اللي المفروض ان المدرسين يستخدموها عشان ينموا من مهاراتهم في التدريس. وطرق حاجات بسيطة قوي زي communication games وحاجات كده المفروض بتتعمل. تمام، بتبقى ألعاب وحاجات بسيطة بالنسبة للطلاب. انتوا لو عندكم ولادكم في البيت، بنعمل الكلام ده بسهولة جدا معاهم عشان يقدروا ما ياخدوهاش ان هي كمادة علمية. You know those games? Yeah, it's amazing actually. Well, this is would be next lectures, like in games. Exactly, exactly. Shaima, you are a teacher. That's why. Well, that's why you know all of this, or most of this. Great. Well, so let's start again. All right, Mahmoud. Goodbye. Well, so the intensive reading. So who will read the intensive reading?
Anybody?
So I need someone to participate and need the intensive reading. Anybody need to just to speak in the mic?
Anybody can hear. Anybody can hear me?
How? Just raise a hand, Shaima. Just raise a hand, Shaima. Just raise a hand. If you need to speak in the mic, just raise a hand.
Anybody can hear me?
All right, Mega. Hello? Hello, would you please raise your voice? I hear that someone
Anybody can hear
speaking.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's me.
Who are speaking?
Anybody can hear me?
Ehab.
I'm going to start.
This is Ehab speaking?
أيوة تمام.
All right, Ehab, that's fine. Start. You can start. And raise your voice.
Intensive reading. Intensive reading. Can you hear me? Well,
Yes, I can hear you very well.
there are further rules we need to adopt when asking students to read intensively. Organizer. We need to tell students exactly what their reading purpose is. Give them clear instructions about how to achieve it and how long they have to do this. Observe. While students are reading, we can observe their progress to get valuable information about how well they are doing, about how well they are doing that individually and collectively.
All right. Thank you
Feedback
very much.
organizer. When our students, thank you.
Alright, Ahab, thank you. You did great actually. That's really good. There is no comment for Ahab actually. You did great. So this is here the reading. Yeah, he did very well. Actually, he did very well. Hello, Raed. Hello, Raed. How are you? Okay, just raise a hand. Right, just raise a hand. That's fine. Just raise a hand. Just raise a hand, and we will give you the mic. So, for the intensive reading, actually, there are further rules we need to adopt when asking students to read intensively. Intensively, like, you know, in a highly, or just like in a very, very widely way. Okay, like the organizer. This is some steps here for the teachers. Organizer, we need to tell students exactly what their reading purpose, what their reading purpose is. So, when I'm going to give you something to read, okay, I have to tell you why I'm keep you reading, or just why I'm give you that to read. Reading with a purpose in mind. Yes, with a purpose in mind. You know, I have to tell you why you are reading. So I'm telling you that you are reading to get something out of this story. You know, I'm telling you just to read this to get something out of this story, or just to give me some answers for some questions, as we mentioned before. Okay, give them a clear instruction about how to achieve it and how long they have to do it. For example, I'll give you like small story consists of 100 sheets of paper, and then by the end of this story or this novel, okay, I'm going to asking you about how what you gained out of this story. What's give me summarize about this story, and give me summarize about this story. Okay, so this is here would be your purpose. This is your purpose to read. Okay. So, well, second, for the observer. While students are reading, we can observe their progress to get valuable information about how well they are doing that, individually and collectively. Well, individually and collectively. You know, while the students are reading this, while they are reading this, I have to put an eye on them. Okay, I have to put an eye just to see how they are going, or just how well they are doing. They are read to gain something out of the story, or just reading. I can read, I can read all of this script without understand anything. So that's fine. I can read intensive reading, blah 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 blah. But I need reading with understanding, So I have to give them like clear instruction, or just like clear sign to just to just a second. Would you like to give the mic? Yes, please. All right, Mr. Amir, you can just give the mic for someone right now. Yes, please. Okay, Mr. Amir, you can give the mic for anyone right now. That's fine. So I have to be like, put an eye on them to just to know how they doing, and also I give them while they are just read this, while they are read this story or this novel, I can just asking them like some questions and just guide me. This is guide me before him to just to for something like to do like like some really good summarize for what they read. So, and now the mic with Miss May. Okay, Mr. Raed. So, Mr. Amir, would you please to give the mic for now Mr. Isivelle or Miss Isivelle? We are about to finish today. Mr. Isivelle.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Isivelle. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Muhammad. How are you?
I'm fine, so what about you?
Fine, thank you. Can I read now?
Alright. Yes, please, you can read it. Last part is the feedback organizer.
Yes. Feedback organizer. When our students have completed the task, we can check that they
The
did
tasks.
it successfully. Then we ask, sorry, task. We
Okay,
can
I just
check
commented
that
on
they did.
the tasks. Yes.
Yes, yes. We can check task. We can check that they did it successfully. Then we ask them, compare their answers in pair and discuss it to get the right answer from them or the rest of the class. It is important
The rest.
to be supportive when
The
organizing
rest.
the rest of the class. It is important to be supportive when organizing a feedback after reading. Continue? Can I continue?
Yes, that's fine. Prompter.
Prompter. When students have read the test, we can promote them to notice language features in the test and making them aware of the issue of the test structure, which they had
Of
did
the
not
text
approach
structure.
previously. Text structure, which they had not approached previously. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad.
Well, you did great. So this will be the last part of our lecture today, but then we will explain the sport. Well, thank you very much, Miss Isabel. So, when our students did the tasks, we can check that they did it successfully. Then we asking them, okay, compare their answers in pairs and discuss it to get the right answer from them or the rest of the class. Well, when they complete the task, like, for example, I gave my students like a task just to read something, or just to to read a story and to gain something out of the story, just give me a summarize about the story. Okay, so when they complete the task, okay, and I can check if they did that successfully or not. Then I can asking them to compare. Okay, asking them to compare just asking them to compare their answers in pairs. Okay, that's fine, Miss Shaimaa, I'll give you the answer to comment, that's fine. where we are. So asking them to compare their answers in pairs and discuss it to get the right answer from them or the rest of the class. Well, I'm just put them in like a pairs, you know. I just put the students in pair to compare their answers and just to compare it together. And then if the guys they did something wrong, you know, so they can just compare and just get the wrong out of the script or just out of the summarize out of the sheet. Okay. Also discuss what they had or just what they did. Okay, and just discuss and give them the right answer. Okay. Also, I can just get it from answers. Just a second. Compare their answers in pairs and discuss it to get the right answer from them. Okay, to get the right answers from them and from the rest of the class. Well, I'm just asking them to compare and then get the best right answer. You know, I'm asking them to compare in pairs or just compare the answer with the rest of the class to get the best right answer. This is the best way to get like a script from someone or just like a sheet of paper for someone and compare his answer or her answer to the rest of the class. Anyone have idea about this point? So everyone can give me lots of points till get the right thing or the right answer. Okay, so it's important to be supportive when organizing a feedback after reading. So while you are reading something, you know, I can give you like a supportive feedback to support you in the future to do more and more. Okay, so prompter. When students have read the texts, we can prompt them to notice language features in the text and making them aware of the issue of the text structure, which they had not across. Well, and then the next lecture, inshallah, will be a normal one. Okay, and we can just give another day for the lecture for the teachers, as I saw here that it's not interesting for lots of people here, as most of people here they are not teachers and they are not interested about this. So next time inshallah it will be a normal lecture. It will be next Saturday inshallah. And then for the teachers here we will just announce about the next lecture for the teachers. It will be like, you know, almost like, you know, 3 or 4 lectures maximum, something like that. This is mainly and especially for the teachers and by the way of the teaching. So this would help them very much to improve themselves inside the class and outside the class, and lots of lessons, and you know that. So thank you very much for attending today, and see you next time inshallah.